Quick side note before I even start the video, happy Zelda month! Okay, onto the video. Hello all you fellow musicians, it is me, the Gamer Musician. One of the best and most underappreciated races in the entire Legend of Zelda series is the Minish, or the Picori. These little creatures speak using a different language, but after eating a Jabbernutt, it is shown that the Minish are not that different from the Hylians, and they're actually quite helpful to the Hylians. Of course, the majority of the lore we get regarding the Minish is, surprisingly, during the Minish Cap game. However, there are a couple of other games in which we see them, and a lot of games in where we don't, but we can assume they're there. Now before I say too much more, I'd recommend that you watch this video from Dr. Wily, where he basically outlines the lore of the Minish, which is always fun. Of course, I'll be going into the lore of the Minish as well, but it'll probably be useful for you guys to watch that video and then come back here. So, the Minish are actually one of the most adorable races in Hyrule, but they are also truly one of the most hard-working as well. As a lot of you older viewers are probably expecting right now, I am about to start making a comparison to a similar thing in the real world. Personally, I look at the Minish and every single part of them reminds me of ants. Yes, that may seem like a cliche, however, there are quite a few similarities beyond the simple, "Oh, the Minish are small, ants are small, therefore the Minish are actually the ants in Hyrule, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe." Nah, though that is a very big similarity, there is another. This is nothing groundbreaking, but in the real world, ants are also known by people as the tiny creatures that can work hard and can lift up to 5,000 times their own body weight. While it is not shown that the Minish can actually lift such incredible amounts, there are some incredible, mind-boggling feats shown by these guys during the Minish Cap. These include things such as making full pairs of shoes for Rem. That may not sound like much, but think about their size. Looking at the image for Minish Link on the Zelda wiki, we can see Link and Eslo standing next to a cherry. Now, I did some looking and the average size for a cherry you'd buy in a supermarket is a Tenro, which is approximately 26.5mm, or for any Americans, a little over an inch. Taking into account the top part, I'll say approximately 50mm. So going by this, next we need to determine Minish Cap Link's original size. So this was no easy task. You see, the Link in Minish Cap, unlike many of the other Links, has not been given an official age. However, looking at his sprites near other characters, quotes in Hyrule Historia saying things like, "to enlist the help of the young Link," as well as 5 separate cases in the game, from 5 different characters, all saying things such as, "you are blessed with much courage and strength for one so young," from Gentari, to "this fabulous grip ring is just perfect for a young mountaineer like yourself," from the business scrub, to even just plain out, "oh young one," as the first words from the ghost of King Gustav. So we can assume that Link is pretty young, but considering the other Zelda characters considered young throughout the series, I believe that Link in Minish Cap is somewhere between 9 and 12. This would, according to the average heights of males aged between 9 and 12, place Link somewhere in the height range of 125 to 165 centimeters. But this is some math we're doing here, so I better swap it back to our original units. So this puts Link's height in the region of 1250 to 1650 millimeters. 2 quick divisions later shows us that every time Link gets smaller, he literally gets 25 to 33 times smaller. That's insane, and that's not even taking into account the fact that Link could be older, and as such taller. But Minish Link is shown to be really close in height to the rest of the Minish, so that's a pretty accurate height for them. So we can assume, using the average height for adults, that the Minish could be building the shoes for people sized up to 40 times larger than them. I mean, it's never shown that they don't shrink down the materials and resize them later. However, I have an idea for that. The Diminished Door, which allows the Minish to come and go between worlds, is actually shown to be something that is only open once every 100 years, and this is that time. However, the Minish are doing this kind of stuff every single day, so it's unlikely that they're able to bring the items between worlds. So building a shoe for someone sized over 40 times larger is an incredible feat, to be honest. And while I may not have started writing the script with the intention of proving the size of the Minish, and of course their incredibleness, here it is. Now I should probably move on to the part you guys were probably expecting looking at the thumbnail and title. The Minish in Breath of the Wild. So moving back to all the old games, the Minish are shown to be the race that may help Link out the most out of all the races in prior Zelda games. While the Zora may help Link to swim, or the Goron teach Link how to, be their brother? The Minish are a constantly present force throughout every single Legend of Zelda game, including Majora's Mask and the Oracle games, which is interesting. I'll need to make a theory on this about those games. Have you realized how the Minish are always there yet? It's honestly quite simple. The Minish are literally scattered everywhere throughout Hyrule, including in forests, towns, cities, and even volcanoes. And throughout every prior Zelda game, the Minish were the race responsible for placing those rubies and hearts Link picks up inside of those pots or within the tall grass. But that's where the issue lies. Now, I'm assuming that most of you Zelda fans are already subscribed to HMK, but if you aren't, you should watch this video he posted about 2-3 months ago now. What happened to the Minish in Breath of the Wild? He asked in his video. And the next part is sort of an answer to him, so HMK, if you're watching, I'm a big fan. Anyway, he pointed out that there are no rupees in the grass, and that recovery hearts are also nowhere to be found, as well as pointing out that Link had been asleep for 100 years, and that the Diminished Door is also only open every 100 years. He also pointed out that something could happen to the light force within Zelda, and pointed that they might have gone into hiding, or had even been wiped out by Calamity Ganon. But I have another theory. While there is little evidence, and as such this is mere speculation, I have a very strong hunch that Breath of the Wild may in fact include more than one major boss. Why do I say that? Well, from what we've seen in the game, Ganondorf never once mentions the Minish, or as they're known by the rest of Hyrule, the Picori. So while, yes, it could be that he literally accidentally drove them into hiding, it seems unlikely to me. However, Ganon is not the only major final boss we fight. And while Demise may not have anything to do with this theory, what about Vaati? You see, Vaati is only actually dead at the very end of the child timeline. And even then, knowing the track record of people actually dying in this world, over the downfall and adult timelines, Vaati is merely sealed into the Four Sword. And as with Four Swords Adventures, it is quite possible that Ganon could somehow get the Four Sword free from its pedestal, and bring Vaati back into the land, who knows? But perhaps unlike in the child timeline, Vaati begins his return to the land by making certain to actually exact his revenge. A bit dark, I know, but it's quite likely that the hatred-fueled Vaati would want the Minish gone, so it wouldn't surprise me. It also fits his character quite well. Of course, as we are right now, there's no proof of this happening. However, Link can be hit by lightning in this game, which is a very new mechanic in Zelda games, and may perhaps have something to do with the Wind Mage returning to the land, and bringing with him storms capable of killing heroes. This video may have been pure conjecture, but before you comment telling me I'm wrong, just remember that if it comes true, I'll be the one laughing at you, coming back onto this video and telling you all that you're wrong. Anyway, that's all I've got for you this time, so don't forget to like the video, share it, comment your thoughts on the points I've brought forward today, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to me for some more video game music themed videos from The Gamer Musician.